Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha and I am back with a brand new NCT video. Today we are watching NCT Dream's comeback with Glitch Mode. I am quite behind with all of the comebacks that have been happening recently, so I'm just trying to catch up. And then with NCT, as you know, they are such a big group. I'm still trying to learn names and subunits and just catch up in general. I think the last NCT video I did was Favorite, which is still unironically my favorite song of theirs so far as a group as a whole. I love the choreography for Favorite. I'm just obsessed with it. So I'm so excited to be back with NCT today and to be watching Glitch Mode with you. So before we get started, as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on my channel and my videos. I always really appreciate your feedback and comments, and I'm very excited for a new NCT song to add to my favorite song playlist. So here we go. We are starting with the music video first in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, this is vibrant. Hello. Mark is wearing so many different colors already. That's so cool. Is that Haechan? I don't know if I said his name right. He's one of my favorites. The colors in this are so interesting. Oh. This track is so interesting, like the beats are so subtle. I love that they're in like a Radio Shack. Or maybe not a Radio Shack, a GameStop maybe? Look at these visuals. What style of song is this? Who has the pink hair? Ooh, I'm gonna like that section a lot. Ooh! They do a line again. Don't they do a line in Boss? Or Make a Wish. Maybe it's Make a Wish. I really like the music video and the song overall. I think it's so cool that right before we get like the big chorus reveal, it drops out, there's no music, it's a little bit of like a talk and a whisper, and then boom, you're in the chorus. I really like how they filmed this. I liked how they made the camera like stop with their motion. I like how there was like one person being focused and everything else was blurred and like moving. I think it all just tied really nicely together. The elements being inside, like the snowflakes, we had the flowers and the grass growing. That doesn't quite make sense to me yet, but I think it probably has something to do with the lyrics, and I did not have a translation turned on while I was watching that. So if you guys know what like the elements have to do with this music video, please leave your knowledge and wit down in the comment section below. Help me out so I can figure it out. I really just liked the vibe of this. I didn't think there were too many different scenes. I thought it stuck really well to the story they were trying to tell, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, we're going into choreography next. There's a couple things I've seen already that are looking familiar in terms of like the NCT brand and choreography as a whole. We get them in a line at the end. We've seen that a few times before. We get them in a diagonal, which reminded me of Cherry Bomb by them when they do the step, step, step out into the V or triangle. That's what I was trying to say. And then there's just like some cool hip hop popping moments that I can't tell if the choreography itself is glitched like that or if that's just from the editing. We're gonna find out together. We are watching the NCT Dream glitch mode dream stage. So hopefully this will upload nicely. I won't have to edit it weird. If I do have to edit weirdly, I apologize. I'm gonna try to take some notes. Wish me luck. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. They're upside down. Oh my god, are those real fans? I cannot with Mark. Oh, they do it for real! Oh. You unfortunately can't see a lot of the formations from this video. I might look for another one after this. I also didn't realize this was in front of a live audience. I feel like I'm screaming. I'm having such a hard time focusing on literally anything because we keep moving so much. Ooh! That's so interesting, but we can't see it. Ooh, a line. Ooh. This part of the song is so unexpected, but so cool. I have so many questions about why this was filmed in front of a live audience and like how they did it. Was this just like a concert and then they did close-ups before or after the concert? Or was the audience brought in just for this filming? What's going on? I have so many questions. Okay, we're definitely gonna look for dance practice. They don't have an official dance practice. They have their 14-minute one, which I probably will watch later, but it's not gonna show me what I needed to show me. I think we're about to watch the Studio Choom version, so I can try to take some notes. But I know from experience that Studio Choom will flag my video and be very upset, so the editing will be very weird. Please go check it out on their channel, but for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna put it in so that my comments, if I have any, will match up and make sense, and then we'll talk about it at the end, because I literally wrote down one thing from that performance. I have a hard time when we get really fast camera changes to focus on actual choreography or anything going on, and we had so many different camera changes, lighting, close-ups, far away. It was too much for my brain to see like movement patterns within the choreography because the camera was the constant movement, if that makes sense. I really need, in order to do an analysis, just like a steady cam that's full stage or full room, and just leave it there. I don't want close-ups, I don't want you to zoom in, I just want you to be out here so I can just look at what's happening with the formations, what's happening with the angles, with the levels, and just, that's the best way that my brain likes to do these things. So we're gonna try full focused from Studio Choom. Here we go. Woo-hoo! Oh, that's a nice level. I love that. Oh, that's my favorite. Oh, oh my god. This is such a good energy. Wow. They have a really interesting number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they had someone on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wonder if that 7th member who came on at the end, I didn't notice it until that part, if they have some sort of injury, and that's because I feel like it was mostly 6 or less than 7 for most of what we watched there. I could be wrong because I didn't even think to count until that very last scene where I was like, oh, this formation is really interesting, and it is not super easy to do formations with an even number like 6. It's much easier to work with an odd number of people for formations with group choreography like this. This was a much better video. This is the video I needed to have watched to see this choreography. There are parts of this that are very cool. There are parts of this that give me the classic like NCT swagger that I just love for them. But there was a lot of stuff that was very unique to this song, and potentially it exists in some of their other choreography that I haven't seen yet. So I can't sort of compare it to other NCT songs that are more recent or more relevant because I haven't seen them. So I'm just gonna go off of what we watched just now. I think I took some pretty good notes. So very happy with this version of choreography. I thought it was very interesting. One of the things I noticed right away when we were watching this choreography is that whenever the person who's highlighted, or the soloist, or the main singer or rapper for the moment, people in the background are typically doing most of the choreography in like a slow mode. We get that like zoom. That's the sound that they're sort of emulating with their movement, and a lot of it gets like slowed down instead of, there's a couple parts where they are dancing on beat like in real time, but for a lot of it in the beginning, the background parts are very slow, and I really like that juxtaposition, and I like how well it matches with that part in the music. Once we were able to watch this version of the choreography, I noticed that there's someone in front who sort of like is awake, and then it looks like they push a button and it wakes up everyone else. And that works so well with the theme of this song, with the theme of where they are in the music video. If they're like a remote turning themselves like on to be awake and on to perform, it goes really well with just like a game, or turning on a PC, turning on your phone, like turning on electronic device. That was very much what I got from that little beginning section. We have a lot of really interesting levels throughout this choreography. Mostly I would say in the first half is when they sort of play with levels the most that I noticed this time around. We got some cool levels with people actually going on the ground. We got really cool levels where like 2 people diagonal from each other would go down while the rest of the group stayed standing straight up, and they were doing the same choreography just at a different height. And that was a really cool way to sort of like keep us engaged and interested. I really love that this choreography specifically, anytime there's an ad-lib in the music, like the hey, hey, or I can't remember what they are because I've only heard it 3 times, but there were like some other ad-libs, and it was always one member who would do choreography specifically on the ad-lib. There's a chance that it's the member doing the actual ad-lib in the song doing the choreography if they correlate like that. I couldn't say yes or no for sure because I don't know the members well enough. But I just freaking loved that we had the soloist, we had everyone else, and then we had like the soloist was doing their choreography, everyone else was doing their choreography, and then we had like the ad-lib doing something else. It was just so cool to see it like pop up in a corner somewhere, and it was matching what we're hearing in the background of the song. Oh, such a good touch. We got circles a few times in the formations. In the first one, I really liked how the choreography from that point, like before we got to the circle, the choreography was very static, staccato, very like do hard hitting kind of choreography. And then we get to the circle and they do more like floating, like just through water elements. And I thought it was such a cool juxtaposition that now that they're in a different formation, and it is so very different from the formations we had had previously, that the motion of the choreography and the flow changed so drastically to match what position they are in as a group. I also think it's very interesting the number of hits that they do when they do their glitching part. Typically, if you're going to hit a motion repetitively, you're going to do it 2 times or 4 times. So like 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. They do it 5 times. And that's just so interesting to watch. I actually want to go back right now and count it again just to make sure I got it right, because I just think it's so interesting. Okay, well, I can't go back to check because my internet is out. We've been having so many problems. Yes, I think they do 5 hits, which is very interesting to me. We also got some really cool ways that they repeated choreography but changed it up. So one part I really like is when Mark is on center after they've done, I think it's after they've done the glitching part, and then they turn to the back shoulder, and then he turns to the other shoulder. They repeat that, here we go. They repeat that shoulder section. My internet's back. They repeat that section multiple times, but different ways. So the first time we get like 1, 2, and then the next time we get it, they're all facing like one shoulder, and I think they do 4. So they change the number of times they do it, and they also change the directionality of the movement, and it's just so interesting that they're keeping the choreography the same, but they are changing it each time we see it, and I love that. I sort of already mentioned that we get a little bit of the classic NCT swag in one little section of this. I'm so glad it was there. It sort of brought it back to like the root of who this group is and what they are known for, and I love to see it. The line into the circle is my favorite formation change and my favorite bit of choreography that we get. We have them all in a line, and then they peel off by 2s. So we get the person in the center, and then we get the 2 around that come out, and then we get the 2 that come out, and then we get the last 2 to form a full circle, and it's just like the coolest thing ever. And the choreography after that is just so good. Hands down my favorite section of this. We got quite a few duets where it's like 2 people with each other dancing to this, and I thought that was rather interesting. I can't recall seeing another NCT song other than the actual duet Baby Don't Stop where we got just 2 people highlighted, and it was different people every time if I'm not mistaken. So that was really interesting to see as well. The end, like quarter of this dance, the energy change that happens, we went from like casually hype to let's freaking go in the drop of a beat. It was such a fast change, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I just wasn't prepared for it, didn't see it coming, and I kind of love that it snuck up on me like that because it really made me pay more attention. I was like, oh my gosh, like they are crushing the end of this choreography. I also really loved that the person who was on center, whether they were in the middle of the circle or they were just in the middle of the formation, they had a lot of beautiful, like almost pirouette like turns. And it was just a great transition into the next formation, into the next phrase, into the next verse, into whatever was going to happen next. It just worked so well and it looked so good. So I think I'm going to end the video here for today. I hope you enjoyed it. We ended up watching 3 videos, which I wasn't expecting, but I hope you had a good time. As always, don't forget to leave me a comment of which NCT video I should watch next. I will see you guys next time. Bye!